Hey everyone, welcome back. This is our top 10 series. We're continuing it. And this week we've got a really special one. It's top 10 movies featuring or starring Chevy Chase. That's right, the guy from Saturday Night Live and movies such as the ones that we're going to talk about.
Yep.
Um,
It's
anyway,
great that
my
we've got.
name's,
Oh,
I haven't
sorry.
done the introductions yet. My name's Sloan Kelly,
My name's Jodie Kelly.
and we are together, Super Kelly
Yeah,
Brothers.
yeah,
Right, now you can talk.
yeah. And we're also right on the pulse of modern social entertainment. Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase, loved by,
Us.
shall we start?
Yeah.
He's, uh, he's not
Yeah, it was
he's
a
not
one. It's
popular.
like, not anymore, but he was in the
No,
80s.
no. Well, he
And
fell out with he was in Community as well. That's his kind of most
that's right.
recent big
Yeah.
thing, and that ended 8 years ago or something. So,
Mm.
yeah, he's
I've started watching that.
oh, it's on Netflix as well.
Yeah, the full thing's on Netflix. I've started
We should have
watching it.
tied it into that. We should have tied it into now that Community started on Netflix.
Ah,
Chevy Chase, top
yeah.
10, always
Good
makes
idea.
sense now. Right, we'll edit that bit out. All
We
right,
won't.
no. So number am I shouting? I feel like I'm shouting.
I think you're just being a bit American Canadian ish.
American, Canadian, okay. North
If there,
American,
not there is such a thing.
no.
That kind of loud brashness that some of your friends have.
Wow. All right. In at number
You
10.
know who you are.
In at number 10. Funny Farm.
Yeah. Did you put that in because you couldn't think of 10 movies? So you
I did.
Googled
I
a
googled.
10th movie?
I went to IMDb and I typed in top 15 movies of Chevy Chase, and I found this one, and I'm like,
Is that is
it
that the
was a
one with Goldie
success.
Hawn in it?
No,
Goldie Hawn in that? Who's
no.
in
I
it with
think
him?
that's it's Madeline Smith Osborne. I think is the female lead in it.
Right.
And yeah, it's the typical fish out of water, late 80s. It's kind of like it's a bit like the Money Pit, but not as funny. The
Mm.
less funny pit.
Boom,
I
boom.
don't know the bell thing. I don't know
You
where
don't
it's
have your
gone.
bell?
I don't have a bell. Where's my bell? Oh, here it is.
Oh,
It's a less funny. It's a less funny pit.
God.
I think I recovered.
Badly.
And it's the usual thing, city slickers. They come, they own a farm. He's got to mow the lawn. He knocks off the thing, and then the cord, the what do you call it? The hose gets caught up and like
Yeah. Do
removes
you
the
know,
piping and all that kind of usual
it's like
slapstick
those.
humor.
It's a bit like those pubs called the fun pub, the party pub.
The
Right? See when
party
you got to
pub.
describe your movie as funny when it's a
Mhm.
comedy, it's not going to be that funny, is it?
Yeah, like the new Paul Hogan vehicle,
You have, oh god, yeah. Let's not
which
go there.
the director describes as hilarious.
In fact, is Chevy Chase not in that?
He is, yes. He plays a character called Chevy.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And John Cleese is in it as well. He plays a character
So he
called
is.
John.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
The
assuming they
trailer
play
looks.
themselves. Or
The
I
trailer
do you know
looks
what?
like a cry for help, doesn't it? Or old.
It's out this year. Surprisingly, it's one
Yeah.
of the few movies that have not been affected by this COVID-19 thing. Which,
It looks like
by
a
the
kind
way,
of.
if you're watching this in 20 years' time, COVID-19 was a massive pandemic in the world.
We're all locked down in our
Yeah.
houses watching Netflix. That's why that will probably do well because it'll go straight to streaming, and folk
Yeah.
will be like, "Oh, Paul Hogan," and it'll
Oh,
be
I've
like
not
one of
seen
the
him in
biggest.
years.
It'll be the biggest comedies of all time, probably.
It will not be the biggest comedies of all time.
That one. That one.
That's gonna be Uncut Gems. Um, yeah,
Brilliant.
Funny Farm. Not Funny Farm. I mean, it was a minor success. I mean, it was better than Caddyshack 2, which came out the same year. So
Chevy Chase wasn't in that, though, was he?
yes, he
None
was.
of the. None of the. Was he?
Yeah, he was in Caddyshack 2. He also did that year. He also did a cameo in Couch Trip. Remember Couch Trip? Yeah, no one does.
Vaguely.
He was in that as well, and it didn't do well.
It must have been not in it for very long though. Caddyshack 2.
Probably the usual. I'm handing the keys over to the next member of the cast, and I'm leaving this
Yeah.
train wreck.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. I vaguely remember Caddyshack 2, but I don't. I think I might have seen it once and thought,
Never again. Never
yeah,
to return.
no, it's not good.
That's not in your top 10 though.
No, it's not. No, Caddyshack 2 is nowhere near the top 10 of
No.
anybody's list.
No.
Anyway, number 9 on the
Mhm.
list is Hot Tub Time Machine.
Now that is a good film.
It's an excellent film, and he's
Yeah.
kind of in it. He plays the
Uh-huh.
repairman,
Yeah.
but he's not in it that much.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious. It's really good.
It's like a kind of token 80s character
Yes.
referenced.
Yeah.
One of those ones.
And it's good as well. It like the dead panning of the Craig Robinson does the Pontiac Bandit, and also Daryl from The Office, which you haven't seen.
Yep. I know what you mean though.
Yeah. Dead panning the hot tub is a time machine. It's great.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I've only seen it once though. I should really watch it again.
I think I've seen it a couple of times.
I've not seen it all the way through. I've not seen it all the way through. I've seen it all the way through once, but I've seen bits and bobs when it's been on the TV and stuff, like you know, a few times. Chevy posted that one in, so
yeah,
he mailed in.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it wasn't like full on. I'm the star of the show. It's just a.
And it's kind of low down on the list because of that. It's not because it's a terrible movie. It's not Funny Farm bad. It's an excellent movie, and you should go and watch it if you haven't seen it.
It's not a Chevy movie.
But he's not in it that much. It's like, there's Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's number 9. Number 8, Memoirs of an Invisible Man.
I
watched Invisible Man recently.
Yeah, I did.
So this is the Memoirs of the Invisible Man, which is not written by. Who's the original one written by? It was H.G. Wells, wasn't it? That wrote Invisible Man.
I think so.
Yeah. This is written by some other guy. This is the first major.
But neither of those are based on the H.G. Wells thing, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. No. This is the first major movie from John Carpenter since Big Trouble in Little China. Because he did a couple other movies, including like They Live, which is one of my favorite movies.
Did he direct? He directed Memoirs of Invisible Man.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go. It is a John Carpenter movie.
He is a legend.
There you go. He is a legend. We should do top 10 John Carpenter movies.
Oh yeah, now you're talking.
That's
people might actually watch it.
Yeah, I think people watch this. If you're watching this because you went top 10 Chevy Chase movies, how can you get top 10 Chevy Chase movies? You're not alone. There's several other people who are thinking that as well.
Me included, when you suggested it.
It's true.
Anyway,
Jody's like,
that's why I said
Chevy Chase.
You gave me your top 10, and I was like, that's mine as well then.
Yeah, so we're going off the one list.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, most noted, I think, because this is I actually did take this from IMDb because I found this quite interesting. This is the feature film debut of Patricia Heaton. Who's the mum?
Heaton.
Yeah, did you ever watch The Middle?
Yes.
It's the mum in The Middle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, I know who that is.
So there you go.
Is she not also the mum in
Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yes.
Yes.
I know her.
Yep.
I know her well.
Yeah.
I like her work.
Yes, I think she's very funny. I think she's very good. And I'm assuming she's good in this because the last time I saw Memoirs of an Invisible Man, I got it out of Azad Video in Girvan.
Crikey, that wasn't yesterday.
So, that was not yesterday, no. It might have been Video Scene, actually. One of the two, anyway. It was a long, long time ago. I remember it being a good movie.
It was
Not
his best. Not his best.
Not his best, no.
Wasn't peak Chevy. Which will
No,
be.
we're getting towards
We're
peak
gradually
Chevy.
getting to peak Chevy.
Peak Chevy. But I think Chevy, that would be the Chevy Silverado.
That's another list.
Yeah, it is. Top 10 Chevy cars.
Chevrolets.
Chevrolet. So after that one is Fletch Lives.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. Fletch Lives. So you're going
Fletch
sequel,
Lives,
obviously.
Yeah. Yes, this is the sequel. Yeah.
This is how many movies were in.
Got to go to sequels now.
Got to go to sequels as well.
Yeah.
Both of those films
sequels,
were good
actually.
at the time. Remember?
Fletch is still one of my favorite comedy movies.
Yeah.
I like Fletch Lives, but it is not, and it's reflected in this list. It's not as good as Fletch, but it's still funny.
Fletch was his Beverly Hills Cop.
Yes.
Kinda.
Yeah. No, it really was. Yeah. It had a lot of intrigue, and it was like kind of crisscross, and there was a kind of
double
a fake,
cross,
and then double cross, crisscross applesauce, all that kind of stuff. So it was good. Fletch Lives was much more. I don't want to say Scooby-Doo, but very kind of formulaic. This is the bad guy. He's fighting the bad guy, and there's like a little kind of a minor twist in it. But do you want to know?
Sorry. I remember Fletch being quite unique though at the time. The first one, it was a kind of cop. Well, he wasn't a cop, was he? He was a private detective. What was he?
He was an investigative reporter.
A reporter, right?
Yeah. For the news.
A long time ago since I've seen it, but
yeah.
But I remember it being quite.
By the way,
we
should point out that a newspaper is a large format design that you used to get.
Physical media.
Yeah, it's like a web page, but you can hold it in your hand, but not like a tablet.
It was a paper that had news on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To say it was a paper, it was actually papers.
It was actually slightly more useful than a tablet, because you can actually take a paper and swat a fly with it, whereas if you do that with a tablet, you'll smash the screen.
You can also eat chips out of it.
Yes, you can't eat chips out of a tablet because you'd ruin your teeth, because they'd probably get stuck in the plastic shell of the chip.
Aye, all the grease would go on the screen. You couldn't use it.
Yeah,
you couldn't put it in the dishwasher to clean it. So
no,
pointless.
So the love interest in Fletch Lives, you know what's interesting about her?
I don't even remember who it was.
Well, no one does, because she was in like 5 movies.
Who was that?
She's the first wife of Bruce Springsteen.
Patty thingy. Oh, the first wife. Sorry.
Yeah, Julianne Phillips.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
There you go.
There you go.
It's one of the first few movies that she was in, or one of the few movies that she was in.
Not my favourite Brucey. Bruce Forsyth, obviously, is my favourite.
That one.
Always.
Oh yeah.
Do that.
It was that.
What
did you do that for?
I don't know.
How does an elephant ask for a bun?
He's a bun.
He's a bun.
How'd you put an elephant in the fridge?
Don't know.
You open an elephant and put it in the fridge. Open the fridge and put the elephant in. How'd you put a giraffe in a fridge?
Don't know.
You take the elephant out and you put the giraffe in.
Do you have a plethora of these jokes?
Is the next movie The Three Amigos by any chance?
It is.
Hey! Now that is a film. That is a film. When you're dead, may I have your watch? These are the ones I remember more than these other ones, because I've seen these ones a gazillion times.
Would you say I had a plethora of gifts?
What is a plethora?
Could it be that you are? I am not the one that you were annoyed with. You are little Nettie Niederlander.
Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy.
Yes. Great. What a great pairing. Treeing? I don't know how you pronounce it. Every single one of those guys is hilarious in their own way. Chevy Chase is known for his kind of very physical humor. pratfalls, that kind of stuff. Steve Martin is kind of absurd kind of wordplay, and Martin Short is just an all-round lovable, goofy guy, and and the three of them together. And why did we never get a sequel to that movie?
I know. That would. Why is no? When people call out for Ghostbusters and stuff, that movie should have had a sequel, definitely.
It's crying for a sequel. Wherever there is injustice, we'll be there.
They even ended it, kind of open-ended it last season, didn't they? At the end.
Yeah.
But they were at the height of their powers at that point as well.
Yeah.
All three of those actors, Inner Space, Martin Short, Steve Martin had this, Planes, Trains, and
the Jerk
as
well.
Man with Two Brains. He was at the height.
Oh, the Man with Two Brains.
He's he'd be a struggle for top 10 movies as well, but
yeah, that's true.
You could fit Father Bride in there.
Father Bride 2.
Aye, and then 3
with Martin Short again.
Aye, he's good in it.
Seems to like working with Martin Short.
They're on tour just now.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Well, they not have a Netflix special as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as the tour they're doing just now, which I think got pulled because of COVID. Obviously, the theatres all shut.
Yeah.
But he managed to. He played Glasgow, or they played Glasgow, and Douglas said it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen, and it was just fantastic. Being able to see them live. Your heroes, comedy heroes from the 80s.
Yeah. It was one of my favourite things. So that now it's in Epcot they have a pavilions of the different worlds, and the Canada pavilion it was Martin Short that was in it, and it's now been replaced by the stars of Schitt's Creek. So it's Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy, who are funny. I mean, they're great comedians, but I haven't seen the new show yet, but I already miss Martin Short. I always thought he just did this. I don't know. He's just such a nice guy.
Is that Schitt's Creek any good?
I caught the first 5 episodes and I thought it was funny, but it was one of those ones where it's like, do I really want to tune in every Thursday for this? I don't know.
Not funny then.
Unless it catches me on the first episode, I'm not really that bothered about it. I'll tell you right now, I have not watched any more episodes of Picard.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's just I don't care.
Yeah. I've just heard it's not Star Trek enough.
It isn't. It's
for Star Trek fans, but
I don't like this Kelvin timeline garbage. I'm not a fan of it.
I think if you're not a massive Trek fan, I think you'll probably enjoy it more than a big Trekkie fan.
But again, it's my question I keep going back to is, if you change it so much, who is this for? I mean, you need to give people enough. It's like the whole thing about don't put too much fan service into it. Why were there AT-ATs in Rogue One? Because if you didn't have AT-ATs in Rogue One, people would complain about it. It's the same reason as an ATST in Mandalorian. It's to ground you in that universe. You go, I've seen one of these things before, but what you do is you put a little twist to it. Like I said when we did the review of that episode for that Mandalorian one, I have never been terrified of an ATST, but I was terrified of that one in Mandalorian. I was like, oh my god, these things are terrifying.
You're right. It was a total twist, just by making it a bit of a horror. Red eyes, as if it was a living thing almost.
Yeah.
Because you never found the good thing they did about that episode. Off topic here. The good thing about that episode was that that they never showed who was driving that thing. So
no,
in your mind, it's just a big metal monster,
scary,
Yeah. Anyway, back to.
Anyhow,
digress as usual.
So anyway, Three Amigos. If you haven't seen the Three Amigos, check it out. Martin Short, Chevy Chase, and Steve Martin.
Classic. Stone Cold classic.
Yeah, they play these 1920s silent movie actors who get a call to go down to Mexico, and they think it's a meet and greet and they're going to sign things, but the villagers want them to save the village. And it's the classic big bad Mexican baddie guy terrorizing the village. Not unlike that episode we were talking about the Mandalorians, that kind of dovetails into it.
Yeah.
It's the save the mission.
True.
It's the save the mission type thing.
Only difference is
get the villagers to work together. In fact, it's exactly the same story. That episode of Mandalorian is basically the Three Amigos movie. Only
we've nailed it.
Funny. Yeah.
I feel like we've picked out a piece of the puzzle and nailed it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jon Favreau's like, oh God, they're on to us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Imagine we saw like the next season's got a kind of, that's a bit like the Father of the Bride. What the hell? What the hell's Jon Favreau? Then you go back to season 1, you're like, wait a minute. Last episode's exactly like Planes, Trains and Automobiles.
Do you know what's really funny is the fact, I mean, the next one could be called Parenthood, which is a Steve Martin movie, because it's, he's got a child.
Yeah, of course.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, we better.
National Lampoon's Vacation, the first one.
Wow. I think
this is low on the list.
That's a Stonewall classic as well for me. I've watched it a million times. It's at his best, the way that he kind of is so desperate to get there, no matter what,
and have the best holiday ever.
Aye, until he loses the plot and holds the security guy to ransom and makes him granola.
In an excellent part by John Candy as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. The whole thing, it's a very British farcical setup as well.
It's a farce, actually.
It's the John Cleese Faulty Towers thing. It's like, if you just explained it at the start, people would understand. But no, you keep everything a secret, you don't communicate, and everything snowballs.
And the grandma, they take the grandma with them.
And
the great aunt, sorry.
Yeah, they tie the dog to the bumper.
Oh, man. Then she dies. No, jeez, it's just a total farce. It's fantastic.
They go to the Wild West village as well.
That's right, aye.
Shoots.
And of course, God, what do you call her? Christine Brinkley, is it?
Yes.
Yep. Aye. He's like, still thinks he's, young enough and not got a family to jump in a pool with her. Fantastic.
So good. And a great soundtrack as well from Lindsay Buckingham.
Yeah, Kenny. Oh, so it is. I was going to say Kenny Loggins, but it's Lindsay Buckingham, aye.
Yeah, Holiday Road.
I would like to get... I actually think his solo stuff's really good. Remember he did a song on Ghostbusters as well?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
It was a great song as well.
Yeah. Magic? No, it's not Magic. It's...
No, it wasn't. It was a bit kind of rockabilly-ish, the kind of that kind of not suspend, reverberated vocal kind of John Lennon used to do a lot of on his vocals.
Yes.
That kind of really
class that as
mama.
Rockabilly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Choppy.
I would kinda. A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next on the list. Ooh, what do you do? No one makes plans like you. So what's all the fuss? There ain't nobody like spies.
Like us.
Spies like us.
Mm-hmm.
This is clearly a homage to the Road 2 movies, which we grew up with. Bob Hope and some.
Aye, that is.
Bing. Not Bing Crosby, by the way, was actually a singer and actor and not a search engine. Fact.
That was before he became a search engine. Well, once he died, he became a search engine.
That's true, yeah. So anytime you do a search for there. It's basically Bing Crosby's conscience that is reaching out into the internet to get your results back. So yeah, Spies Like Us.
Mind blown.
They pay so Dan Aykroyd plays a technician, I think, who dreams of being in the field, and Chevy Chase plays an incompetent clerk who dreams of being a spy in the field. And together they try and cheat an exam. And
it's hilarious. He's got his arm in a sling and all that.
Yeah. So he's got the
eye stuff
patch
in his
on.
mouth. Stuff in his mouth. Eye patch.
And the powers that be decide that these guys are going to be the most excellent spies and sign them up.
Aye, they do it because they're incompetent. They're like these idiots, so they're expendable, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, well, okay. Whatever.
And so they I know. And so they send them off into the field to try and get them there. And there's a cameo from Bob Hope in it as well.
Which cements the road movies.
Terry Gilliam's in it as well. He plays one of the surgeons in the Afghan tent. So there's a tent that he's trying to do an appendectomy, and Terry Gilliam plays one of the doctors, which is kind of interesting in itself.
That's amazing. Didn't know that. I'd forgotten.
I'm pretty sure it's him anyway. Maybe that's not a fact. Let us know in the comments below if that wasn't a fact. But I'm pretty sure it is Terry Gilliam. So. That's true or not? No.
I've not been known for it.
No. All right. Next.
Also, probably the worst Paul McCartney song of all time was that song. See, when you hear it now, it is awful.
I think Frog Chorus is pretty bad.
Oh, it's up there.
Frog Chorus was terrible. Unfortunately, I would like to play it, but then we get a copyright strike, and it's not worth it. All right, next up, Fletch, which we talked about before, with the old Fletch Lives. This is the original one. Gina Davis was in it. She played his sidekick at the newspaper. And it also features another guy who was in a National Lampoon's movie, Tim Matheson, who was in Animal House, National Lampoon's Animal House. He plays the president of the fraternity. No, have you not seen Animal House?
I don't remember that film. I have seen it, but I don't remember that much. I just remember John Belushi being in a toga.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
Toga. I like looking
a bit dishevelled and knackered.
Yeah, well, that was his shtick. So Fletch is about this investigative reporter who is trying to bust a drug ring on the beach, and he befriends this guy called Fat Sam, who he thinks is the main drug dealer. But he realizes that he's just a fence. He's the guy that sort of hands it out. But Fat Sam's played by Norm from Cheers.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, so he goes through all these things. It takes him to Utah, and he sort of tries to find the truth about this rich guy who, because he perceives him as a beach bum, he asks him to kill him and take his place.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Do it. Do it.
Do it now. Strike it down with all your hatred.
Do it.
Yeah. Hilarious movie.
Great film.
Great movie. Go and watch it. Stop what you're doing. Go. No, don't stop. Just watch the rest of this and then go and watch.
Are any of these on Netflix or things like that? Did we? No. We didn't research that, did we?
No, we didn't do that. No.
Let's just assume they're not.
No, they're not. They're probably not. Okay.
They'll be on Prime, and then they're like, if you pay us like $5.99. Yeah, we've got it.
I have got it.
Even though you subscribe to it for $7.99, which is the dearest one out.
And they don't have Prime membership now. They don't have Prime delivery.
Because of COVID?
Because of COVID. I mean, the least they could do is give us a couple of free movies a month.
Yeah.
So that was number 3. Number 2 is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I love it. I love that one too.
I put this on before National Lampoon's Vacation because we watch this one every Christmas because it's a Christmas movie. This movie is one of the funniest movies, the unsung hero of funny movies. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It gets funnier with age. Like the yuppie couple next door, played what's her face, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Elaine from Seinfeld.
Oh, right, okay. Yep.
She plays the yuppie woman, and then her husband. I don't know who the husband is. What's his face? Randy Quaid is the cousin. Yeah, and he's got the RV, and he's
always
pouring his crap out into the sewer. It's awful. And just this mess of a family. And he's obsessed with making it again the best Christmas ever. So he has to go
the
on
lights,
the biggest
he's got
Christmas
up the roof
tree.
and all that.
Yeah. And they keep on like turning it off, and the bit where he gets the lights on, it's like a shaft of light, like the Luxor.
Is that the film where he gets it and he goes to plug it in and he's not getting enough cable for them to reach? Is that maybe?
No, he plugs it in. He plugs it in and nothing happens. And he's like, and there's like 10,000 lights, and he's going, well, son, if there's one bulb out, that's all of them out. He's got to go and check all the bulbs. And it turns out that what's happened is somebody's unplugged it and plugged in a hairdryer instead of it. But he's got all these extension cords into extension cords. There's just this big thing.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And then
people do that, though.
People
go crazy at Christmas, don't they?
And then when he gets the special, it's like Teflon, but he coats the space saucer or whatever it is, the snow saucer or whatever, with this Teflon stuff, and he goes down the hill and he's just like hitting light speed.
Yeah,
that's good. Good. So that's number 2, and then number 1 is the only one I've not mentioned.
Caddyshack.
Yes, it is.
One of the most perfect comedies ever made, probably, in my humble opinion. We must have watched that film about 100 times. It introduced us, I think, to Chevy Chase. Certainly it did to us.
Yeah, I think so,
Chevy Chase, and how kind of goofy he was, and kind of anarchic, not anarchic, but in a kind of gentle way. It's hard to explain. He's kind of
he's king of the turning around and catching on something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he'll turn around and like his hand will grab something, and he'll like throw things up in the air and like try and put it back together, and then kind of walk off.
Aye.
That
and
kind of humor.
The conversation.
I know I'm selling it, but sorry.
The conversation between him and Bill Murray.
Yes.
When the only scene they have together, I think.
Yeah.
That was all improvised, apparently.
Was it?
Yeah. Yeah, completely. It was just them.
Just riffing on each other.
Goofing. Aye, basically. Aye.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And a gopher, obviously.
A gopher, yeah.
I'll tell you what would be a good top 10. Bill Murray movies would probably have 2 different.
Oh, yeah. Actually, top 10 movies. Yeah, we would do. Yeah, I love the bit where he's teaching Danny how to play golf, and he looks like he's taking a shot, and he's kind of doing that kind of
you
just see him from the back,
and
then he turns around, he pulls his zip up because he's obviously been.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
he's great. He's great. In it. I'd never seen a comedian like him at that point in a movie before. He's just kind of so kind of serious but goofy.
Yeah.
You're kind of rooting for him and stuff as well.
Yeah. That's why I was really excited when I found out he was doing this new comedy called Community, and his character, he
doesn't get a lot to work with, though, does he?
No.
From what I've seen, anyway.
Yeah, he's quite annoying, but he has moments where you're going like, "Oh, that's Chevy Chase." But I have a feeling though that he thinks he's the bee's knees, and
I think he does.
he fell out quite a few times with Dan Harmon on the set of Community. Like he would get into like, you know, that kind of fighting match.
Oh, really?
With him, yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty bad. And I don't think it helped the fact that Dan Harmon was going through a pretty painful divorce at the time. So,
very good.
No.
Yeah,
but
I've only started watching Community.
The supporting cast for Caddyshack though was it's more of an ensemble than a starring role. So you get Rodney Dangerfield plays the construction guy, Al Gersovich. Ted Knight plays Judge Smalls.
You must have been quite something before electricity was invented.
Oh. I bet you get a free bowl of soup with that hat.
Aye. Where's the party?
Oh, hey, man. Everybody, we're getting laid.
What's it says? I've seen more life at a what's it says? More life at a... Oh, God, I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Something like that, yeah.
It's got some great one-liners in it, you know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Ted
it's
Knight's
just a big. Ted Knight, he's great.
Ted Knight's great, and his wife said, he said, you know, I took leniency in that man. I sent him to the chair.
Aye, he's like the kind of straight down the middle,
yeah,
you know, arsehole.
Bushwood, a dump. Oh, so good. And he's got the boat as well, and he weighs anchor.
Yeah, that's
through the boat.
And on the second one.
No, it's the first one.
Because so it is. True. Also, we never saw that bit when we first saw that movie because the BBC edited a whole lot of it. The Snickers in the pool. I never saw any of those bits until years later.
Yeah.
You know, when Bill Murray gets it out and he bites it.
Yeah.
Like, it's only a Snickers.
She faints.
The yacht club. That's right.
I love that bit as well with the pool, Bushwood Country Club pool. Caddies allowed between 1 and 1:15 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Who's the wee Italian guy as well? The wee kind of cool dude guy.
Oh yeah,
Danny's girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's good in it as well.
Yeah. I like the one as well, Lou. He lets Danny deal with the caddies.
Yeah.
So he's behind the counter, and he goes, he says, "Okay, then give me a Coke." He's going, "I can't give you money." He goes, "Okay, give me a Coke." He goes, "Okay."
That's right. Yeah.
It's $1. And he goes, "I'm not paying $1 for a Coke." And he goes, "Then you ain't getting no Coke."
That's right. And the grandson as well. You know, the kind of fat grandson.
Doofus guy, yeah.
Yeah. That's walking around with being. I think is he being a caddy or is he playing golf? I can't remember.
Yeah.
And all he wants to do is just eat burgers instead of play golf. Yeah. Great film.
Yeah, great movie. All right, so we'll run down. So in at number 10, Funny Farm. Then we got Hot Tub Time Machine. Then Memoirs of an Invisible Man. Fletch Lives. Three Amigos. National Lampoon's Vacation, the first one. Spies Like Us. Fletch. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and then finally number 1, Caddyshack. I think we'll agree that it's probably top 10 all-time
comedy.
Actually, maybe we did. Did I? I think I might have picked that as my top one.
I certainly picked it. Yeah. Because we've done a top 10 comedies already.
Yeah.
Christ, we're flying through these.
We are, yeah. That's why I chose an obscure one like Chevy Chase. Because then it's like, well, you know, you never know what you're going to get. So
that's true.
Yeah. So I guess so we'll call this one quits. And then
and if you can think of any other Chevy movies, you know, please let us know in the
comments. If you want,
worth watching that we don't know about.
Yeah. I'm sure there's not that many.
Probably not.
And also, if you have an idea for a top 10, let us know below, or do you want us to talk about something? Top 5 Rutger Hauer movies or something? Maybe not. I don't think I've seen 5 movies with Rutger Hauer in it.
Top movies where Donald Trump appears.
Okay, well, the number one for me then is Home Alone 2.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Class.
Class in a glass.
What a bombshell to end on.
Yeah. All right, well, folks, thank you very much for listening. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, thumbs down. And if you want to get timely reminders, you need to smash that subscribe button.
You're really going for this.
Hit the notification bell. I do my other videos. And that will get you timely reminders. Or you can follow us on Twitter as well at Super Kelly Bros. My name's been Sloan Kelly. My name is Sloan Kelly.
My name's always Jody Kelly.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.